All right, with that, we are coming as our brave adventurers have made it all the way to Sustenance. And here, in this patch of green and beauty, in the midst of horror and sulfur and the city of Torch in the background. Now you have been brought to the town of Sustenance by the town's master, a fox-like Yugoloth called Samath, who, as you finally approach here, is pacing uneasily about his well-appointed office as he explains the situation that has brought you here. Now the office overlooks the city, an oasis in the parched and inhospitable lands that surround the gate town of Torch, which of course holds the planar portal to Gehenna. Below, directly in front of Town Hall, is a large fountain, more like a pool, from which the city derives its waters and prosperity. The city hall itself also provides large amounts of meats and other materials to certified populace. And you can see the lines of residents waiting to collect spill out from the building into the city streets below. So, as you see, it's the city hall you're in is warehouse sized. It's at the heart of town and has several tiers. It's Moth's office. It's lavish here and gives this amazing view, of course. It's about midday, so it's nice and bright here. And the office itself is very, very well perfumed. You think to mask the sulfuric air outside. In the meeting that you have found yourself in, you are with the city council, Samath, and two other counselors, Naruth and Masath, that seem a bit more worried than Samath is. So he addresses you three. As he does, you see a small tremor shakes the building you're in. You could hear some shouts and cries of alarm from the city below. Samath and the other city officials stabilize themselves. Oh, I apologize for bringing you here so abruptly. But as you felt, our city is in dire trouble. We are experiencing more and more earthquakes, and they threaten to destroy the entire city if not stopped. You see, our city has been built upon land that, while extremely beneficial in the magical it generates, for us is extremely unstable. Long ago, the founders were able to solve the instability by installing a set of four restraints below the foundation of the city, which prevents and contains these seismic events. Recently, though, 3 of the 4 restraints have been stolen, and the other damaged. Now, we are working to repair the damaged one, but need your assistance to recover the 3 stolen restraints before, well, let's just say, time runs out. Now, of course, you being the people you are, we can pay you well if you're able to do so. Now, will you help us?
Do you, so the 3 have been stolen. Do you have any idea of who stole them? Were they all stolen by the same person or group?
Indeed. It's a radical group called the Brotherhood of Spines. They broke in and got, like I said, their restraints there. And let's just put us in this kind of extreme cataclysm here. To be honest, I think we might have less than 6 hours before the quakes and eruptions tear the city apart. I mean, you've taken your sweet ass time getting here, so
I was gonna ask if we could just rebuild the restraints, but I feel like 6 hours is a little tight.
Oh, indeed. I think that might be a little rough.
Okay. I mean, Edric will look at the other two and say, I mean, I feel like you're desperately in need of help. I'm inclined to help as if we can.
I am here to help.
It could only take 6 hours either way, so I think we can make that commitment.
That is indeed one way to look at it. All right.
All right.
Do you? So we know Brotherhood of the Spine. You say?
Yeah. We don't really know what their motives are, but we do know they worship Baphomet, a demon prince. So I mean, they could have just been trying to cause some havoc and mayhem, I guess. We do know that the leader of their cult is Thurin, Dragonborn, a wizard type. Kind of a unstable conspiracy theorist. He's been working to tear down Sustenance in the name of the demon prince. He thinks whispers to him, so he kind of causes problems. Definitely can't be trusted, but I guess you're not looking to trust him. We just need you to get the restraints back. We do know that they must have a hideout here in Sustenance, but really no. They are known to operate some illegal beast fighting pits, but we just recently learned of those and shut them down over in the Emberforge district.
And they haven't reached out with some kind of ransom or something. I mean, is the idea that we steal them back, or are we buying them off of them? Or...
I mean, that's up to you what you use. We don't necessarily have the funds. I haven't kind of given a ransom on them or whatever. Not sure if they just want to see the whole city crumble and burn in the name of Baphomet. But
naturally,
I mean, whatever it looks like, we just need them back. We need them back in the heart of the city, and so we don't all become a volcano.
Right. Now, just for my clarity, how big are these things? Is this kind of like we can bring all three back at once, or is this going to require multiple trips?
Oh, good question. These are about 100 pounds. You'll reckon them. They have a unique gem in each. There's a red, blue, white, and brown. They have to do with elemental forces, basic magic there. Currently, we are in possession of the white one. So it is the red, blue, and brown that are missing, you can say.
Right.
But believe me, you pull this off, and we will give you enough to found a small kingdom here. Might be able to make your own area here in the Outlands, given the amount of money we'll pay you.
Okay. I guess it sounds like you've already given us what you know. If there are any other leads on location, that would be great. Agric will kind of actually. He's been, very politely listening to Samoth, but with that, he will look at Samoth and he'll look at the other two as well. See if either of them pipe up.
The other two council people here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Other two council.
They're kind of hanging back, just letting Samoth talk.
Okay.
You just add here goes, well, just that. Not to put too fine a point on it, but everything we'll do here, the way we're able to have what we have, it'd be just a beautiful place this is because these restraints let us generate all the free food, water, materials that we need. That's what all this magic's about. It lets this place exist, and without it, it'd be we'd fall apart. And we'd either have to leave here, or, well, we'd be taken in by Torch itself, which ain't good.
Can
Went from Australian to Appalachian there. Apologize.
I'm having-
can now Naylin, this is in her head, right? She's like, well, I ain't never heard of nothing that comes free, and if these people got free stuff, it means they're taking it from someone else. And I'm starting to think maybe I don't. Are we sitting in like what's his office look like? Are we sitting in the office of like?
It's really nice.
Yeah, is there like capitalist posters around and like stepping on the snake? You know what I mean?
Nothing like that. No, they just kind of.
All right, cool.
I know it's fine. I like. But I mean, the way that all this works is there's the place, the earth that they found here, the land is quite unique, and it's what allows for the generation. But so the whole problem is that the magic here that's used to create all the free stuff makes everything kind of highly unstable, which is why we'll have the restraints.
Yeah, you said. Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. Like some people kind of come in high and they're like, well, like it has to come from somewhere. It does. It just makes everything liable to blow up. That's why our elders long ago created that system so that we could create infinite sustenance for everyone and not blow ourselves up.
Got it. Should have called this town Sustenance or something.
What?
I'm ready to go. What about you two?
Yeah, I think time is of the essence when you're going to need to figure out if we can find where these folks are.
We have 5 hours and 45 minutes.
Right. I think as they leave the office, Adric will turn to Naylin and Vanna and just be like, all right, how do we find a cult?
Right. Okay, so they've accepted the job. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we had
And you are pushed off, and after meeting with Samath, you're hurried into the city streets by an aide to Samath, which is a Mesoloth named Meslin. Meslin is a small, nervous insectoid Eagleoth with 4 arms. Carries a stack of books with 2 arms and a small notebook, and he constantly refers to for notes. As Meslin is explaining that he is to accompany all of you to help you navigate the city, as he's like, just going to go on. Right. So I'll be with you. It'll be all good. And, I think my notes will definitely help us. It's good to know exactly what's going on at all times. A tremor suddenly rocks through the city, eliciting shouts of alarm as buildings shift, debris falls, and civilians lose their footings. Meslin stands and collects his books and pens and looks up to you. Well, I guess we'll better hurry then. Now the city is broken into 4 sections. I don't know where you all want to start, but the city just shut down some illegal fighting in the Emberforge district that's linked to the Brotherhood. I don't know if you throw some jink around as garnish, you might find some information. But best be peery about it as we go. Now, if you'd rather get the local chant, then we might park our ears at the Hanging Chain, where the common folks hang out.
Right. Did you guys catch what he was saying? I only understood maybe every other word that came out of his mouth.
So there's the fighting pits that Samath mentioned are in the Emberforge district. They were shut down, but there's evidence of a cult there. And then I don't know what district this tavern is in, where I guess some of the more quote unquote common folk hang out if we want to just try to get some information.
mean, if we're putting down votes, I think I vote maybe heading to the place where they just shut down the illegal fighting. I feel like cults are kind of like nasty boils. They just show back up after a while.
Yeah. I'm down with that. Venna?
I agree with that.
Right. Why don't you show us Mezzalin, show us to where these fighting pits were shut down.
Oh, indeed. Let's we can get going. Yes. As they begin taking you all in this way. So they take you through the Ember Forts, which is very industrial part of the city. You can see a hub of smithies, forgeries, cookeries, workshops. All of these seem to be powered by the natural thermal steam vents and lava streams, kind of taking all of what's around this area surrounding Sustenance and using it as a kind of natural geothermal energy. And as you kind of look around, after some time, you can kind of decide where you'd like to particularly look out. Now, again, the fighting pits have been taken care of. The major areas here is there's the Moten Market, the power plant, the Steamwork Alley, the Smog Gardens, and the Great Forge.
Want to start at the market?
Might be able to pick up some local gossip. Sure.
We could split up. Just kidding.
We got 3 people want to split the party. That sounds fantastic.
We can just all 3 of us go our own little solo adventures today.
Yeah, they said there were 3 things we had to steal back, 1 for each of us. Nayla's gonna subtly lean over to Venna and Adric and be like, look, I know this guy said he's here to help, but do you feel like we're gonna get any information with this brown noser on our tail? He's walking around with his backpack and his stationery.
Well, we don't need to split up fully, but maybe if I can take him with once we're in this market, I can pull him off and we'll go to one place and let the 2 of you talk to people without us around. And we'll still be in the marketplace within earshot if something goes wrong, but get him sort of marketplace. I'm assuming will be large enough that we can do that.
All right, that's a thought. Yeah. I mean, Venna seems like the chatty type, so this will be easy.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say, I was going to say this ahead of time. Whenever we have 3 players, you may need to stretch your character a little farther than normal. Because it can, the usual roles everyone plays, are, especially socially, are a bit different. So everyone be prepared for that.
So if this is a marketplace, I imagine that there's like security around of some kind.
So you are going to the Moten Market?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's where I vote.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That's what I was kind of waiting for.
Sorry.
All good.
You need to be.
It's always that thing when players talking to each other. You're like, wait, is that a decision? Is that a decision? That entirely sure. All right. So in that case, you come into this. So I'm going to slightly different music for this.
The music in the beginning was wild. It's like explosions and fireworks.
All right. So you come. The center of the trade in this area is bifurcated by an enormous lava river. And all around you, the space you are sweating, it is about 100 degrees at its coolest. Like, oh wow, this is a cold, chilly day. It's intense heat. The atmosphere, people are trading and having fun. You see a variety of heat-hardened stalls and shops. And the ground itself is really just a patchwork of cooled lava and volcanic stone. And there's a few signs that says, like, if you're not a demon, don't walk over here. Devils only. It's really hot. You can see all these types of food is provided. As immediately we're like, come here, I have a spicy meatball. I have this. Oh, okay, come on. I've got every pepper known to man. You've heard of ghost pepper. I've got lich pepper. I'm telling you right now, it is insane. You need to try. As they are trying to get you to buy what they have. This massive, massive marketplace.
Anna, do you eat food?
I do not.
What happens if food goes in there? Is it like clog up your gears or anything?
I'll need to take it out later.
That's kind of handy. Good to know. Hide stuff in you.
I mean, we've been doing that in PW for
Fair.
however long we've been.
Fair enough. One of the things I'd be looking out for is this like the sort of, like, in my mind I'm seeing, like, you know, like is there like posters and graffiti and shit?
I mean, it's more of a marketplace than anything else. It's not like it's like I would say the people around, I think, do have like advertisements.
I see.
I do think Adric would try to get Meslin to like show him where, you know, the market probably has like a local security branch or something. He'd try to get Meslin to show him where that is to give the other two more freedom. And also just to chat with some of the local law enforcement who took down the fighting pits to see if there's any more information they can give. So it's both distracting our little hanger-on, but also potentially getting some information that might be useful.
Yeah, I think getting that it brings you to a few as a would kind of, they give you information that they did everything they could. They broke it up. Most everybody fled. They never got a hold of the organizers, just the participants.
Okay.
And now there's like, you know, if they say, well, if you'd go there, there'd be garbage, broken chairs, some furniture, a lot of blood. That's from a lot of different fights, but
was there because if it was like animal fighting, beast fighting, they had to keep those beasts somewhere. Was there a sense that they were keeping them there? Were there like cages for the beasts, or do you have the sense that those facilities might be elsewhere in town?
I mean, yeah, what we could tell, they did have some cages.
Okay.
But what we were able to understand is it looks like some of the animals might have been stolen from the zoo.
So that's good to know. In a more general sense, since it sounds like you've been having problems with
Which
this.
that's in the Bone Lurch Downs.
I'm sorry, say again?
It's in the Bone Lurch Downs, the zoo.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna have to check that out. In general, it sounds like you've been having problems with this group for a while. Like, what other stuff do you normally see them getting up to? Is there any patterns to any of it?
Oh, just I'd say a lot of illegal thing like contraband, the pits. It's all about getting their money to do their deeds. Occasionally, we've heard things of that they want to bring down the city in the name of Baphomet. You know, just your average you can say miscreants against all that is proper and good and lawful. We're all here trying to live a decent life, and they're just trying to tear down the hard work of a lot of people. I just think they were lazy as they went through school. And you get to midlife, your 20s or your 30s, and you realize that those who actually worked hard and did the jobs they were supposed to have prospered. And you just think that the world's against you, and it was your own fault for just not trying hard enough.
Right. Okay. So, Adric's not trying to let himself get too suspicious here. But I'm not sure the best way to do this. Does he... Maybe this is something that conversation he should have had with Nayland and Venna, or maybe he will when let's say he did it before this, of the instability here is potentially just because this kind of place should not exist in this part of the Outlands, right? Like, belief runs everything. And so the instability here is probably because they have this feels like Excelsior, but it's hanging out outside of one of the lower planes. That would explain the instabilities and why they have to have the restraints, but I just can't... I don't know. We learned that Excelsior was it was what it was. They weren't really hiding anything, but... I don't know. None of this helps us figure out where these folks are.
As you're trying to figure out, you do hear a voice kind of says, "Hey, all of you, why don't you come in and try my, I've got the best meat, the spiciest things ever. You all look like you could take some burn."
Originally, we had split in half, and Adric had gone with
Meslin, yeah.
Is this the time when we're all together, or
you can be split on this, however you want to do it.
Who's the merchant talking to, Adric or?
Probably you two if you did split.
Mm-hmm.
You do look, and you can see this individual who seems to be made out of flowing magma.
Oh shit!
Goes, "Come on! I'm really good at hot. I have a 19 spice secret blend that you're gonna love. Come on, throw me some coin."
If you don't even eat, Venna, I feel like you could crush this challenge.
I suppose I can do that. What is this meat made out of?
It's a secret. I'll just tell you it's the best. But, by the way, what's your name?
I am Venna.
Vanna. Good to meet you.
What is your name?
Matt.
Then I'll give him some coin, however much they require.
right, so it'd be 10 gold per skewer here. He's got all his spices on it, and he's roasted it nicely.
Can I attempt to I mean, this guy's pulling us over, challenging us to eat these things. Is there like could I like find some, lean over and be like, hey, 10 gold she can eat 4 before she gives up. And can I just like start like some betting
Oh,
on the
okay,
side?
okay. 10 gold, you say. Well, tell you what, make it 50.
All right, and so you say she'll do less than 4, and I say she'll do more. Yeah.
That's right. I say she gets to 4, she's done.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, why don't we make this a little bit more interesting? Anybody else want to join this? And I'm gonna try and organize it like, like you can like take a bet on how many skewers you
Give
think
me a
she can like.
persuasion check.
Oh shit. Sure. You would not believe. That was a natural 20 for a 19.
Amazing. All right, so some people take a bait. Yeah, let's see if the meta woman can do it. All right, they go, woohoo!
Woohoo! All right, you got this, Vena. Come on.
All right. So in that case, Vena, give me 4 d20s.
Oh, okay. Uh, 19.
Okay.
And then 7. And then 3. And then 18.
All right. So you chow down, and you seem to be okay.
Jesus.
Ah! Well, everyone pay up. You can get 100 gold out of this.
Nice.
But you do feel as it goes through your system, you feel like it's repairing you. And this ultimately would allow you to regenerate 4d4 HP a minute for the next 10 minutes.
Oh.
And so you process this. This is unusual. You don't know what type of meat this is, but whatever is about it seems to be able to give you that regenerative push.
Right.
Your food has interesting properties.
Right, it does. It does. That's why I say it's worth every bite of it. Gotta say, I mean, city provided, but don't they provide the best?
Do a lot of people come to you for food?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can get your basic, right? Get your basic stuff. But if you want some little, spice to it, actual flavors added, a little bit more creative preparation, you know what I mean? All of that comes from our district here. So, like, you can get your basic meat, you can cook it how you want, or you really pay for the preparation. We get all the meat for free ourselves, but we just charge for work we put on top of it.
Let's see. Did anyone ever bring material to you for processing?
For
Exotic.
processing.
For example, exotic meat. Animals unusual.
No, it's all the same meat.
I see.
What does that mean?
I mean, sometimes they say they're like, oh, look at this meat. They kind of put on this show, you know what I mean? But, like, when you cut it and you know your meats, you realize that it's the same exact type of meat that comes up free all the time. And of course, it's good stuff. You're feeling it, right? It's just repairs. I mean, I've seen people go from age 50 to 40 right in front of my eyes.
Are there like signs around the place of like sketches, like like when you're like in a restaurant and like it shows like a board of like like people who come a lot, or like here's this famous person who ate here, or like does it seem like they have any like prized customers that they're especially proud of?
Sure.
I mean, I could ask the guy if you want, man.
Oh, look around. You can see, things like Platinum Dragon right here. Dawnbringer's favorite ribs.
Right. As an aside question, apart from us chatting with this guy, any of the people who were hanging around and that I was able to bet with, did any of them look like they were like nursing black eyes or anything like that?
No, looking around, everything looks pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, and then, so, it's interesting. Actually, everyone looks to be in almost perfect health. No scratches.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And some show like all food absolutely proven by all those who've lost limbs in battle to regrow in less than 10 seconds. We can do it in 5.
Now, oh, go ahead, Venna, if you got something.
Oh, I was thinking if Venna from her studies of the planes and such can recall if Baphomet had a symbol of some sort, like, I don't know, holy symbol, a symbol of his demonly self.
Sure. Give me a history check.
31.
Very nice. So, look at the best you can. You don't see, you do know that. Start to prominent. Awesome. While trying to understand exactly what it is, you don't quite see it. You don't see anything that would link to Baphomet in this place.
Okay.
You just know that, like, generally speaking, it would reference mazes.
Okay.
That is kind of Baphomet's, calling card. He's the Lord of Mazes. Or specifically, ruler of the Endless Maze. If you don't know, he's essentially like a minotaur, demonic. This for him.
Now, my old man, he, when we lived together when I was little, he used to make this, amazing Irish soda bread. And, he wasn't really the chef or anything on that shit, but, man, the crew of us, we would line up around the counter waiting for him to serve that bread. And I remember, our first mate, used to have a nose for it. Anytime my dad was in that kitchen, it's like he was like a hound sniffing it out. And he'd always be the first one at the door. It's so funny when you got people who just can't get enough, right?
I mean, yeah, especially. I mean, it's a good thing. People love this, and I told you it's also the uncertified that have to buy. Of course, only certified residents get the free stuff.
Right. What makes one a certified resident?
Well, I don't quite know the process. I have to say, it's I mean, I just came with my goods, and they said, "Well, you're adding to the overall economy, monetary, so we'll certify you."
All right.
I think it's kind of like depending on your contribution to the overall citizenry. I mean, now again, I mean, you could be here and you can buy and spend your money however you like, but you show up and you don't add to everything, then they don't quite do the certification.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, it was our pleasure to make your acquaintance. I got nothing else, Vanna. What about you?
I cannot think of any other information to inquire yet. I was thinking if we should ask around directly for if anyone knew the leader, but that might give us away.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit risky. I kind of was hoping this guy was going to tell us, like, if this person was here all the time, maybe they were the one in the fight. I don't know. It didn't really work out that way. I wonder where Adric is. Maybe he had better luck, eh?
You can say that Adric strolls up at this point with Meslin. Do you relay, Adric, the conversations you had with Mott here?
I mean, I'm keeping everything a secret. I don't want to tell you nothing. No.
I'm just trying to be clear because it was the conversation that I had with security coupled with the conversation you had that gave Adric this idea. So he's going to turn to Meslin and say, "Where would we go to see the highest population of uncertified citizens?"
Oh, I don't know. I know it's. Starts looking at his notes there. Specifically,
I don't know if I said this in my out loud voice or just my in my head voice, but Naylin makes sure Vena gets 70 gold out of the 100, but she keeps 30 gold for herself.
okay. You give the others away. To your party members, or you just keep the rest?
It was 100 total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Vena did all the work, so I'm going to give Vena 70, but I'll keep 30 for being the organizer.
Perfect. Yeah, he goes, well, I mean, we don't really have that many certified. I mean, I guess there's 2 of them. We like to get them certified as quick as possible.
There's 2 folks or 2 locations?
Folks, I think, from my notes here.
Oh.
The only 2 uncertified people in the whole town?
Yeah, I mean, we don't like them just to be, I mean, if, they kind of say, let's put it this way. If you're coming in, either you are certified. If you don't want certification, then if you have your gold and your money, then you're fine. Like it's fine. So either like you're in the higher areas, or kind of get you out of here.
So, that's by the way. So, if your person's uncertified and they don't have the gold, you sort of kick them out of the town.
Yeah, we're just moving them out.
What's the procedure for that? You just take them to the town edge and toss
Pretty
them?
much. We say, walk along the sulfur, no lava on the volcano. Don't burn too much. But again, all you have to do to be certified is just find a job, basically, and find some use you're going to bring to the city. Most just find certification. Those who don't are usually those who just have the money, and they run out of the money, and they can, hop dimensions, find a different plane to go to. It's not that big of a deal.
So, us being here on the job for your council, that kind of makes us certified?
But yeah, you essentially can have anything you want.
Benna, you didn't need to pay for those kebabs.
No, you do.
Oh,
Because you have to pay for the spices. You can get your ration, of course. You could cook it yourself, unless you're raw meat eaters, which is fine.
all right, I understand. Okay, I didn't get it before, but I got it now.
So here, we can check out the power plant, the steam work alley, the small gardens, the Great Forge if you want. It just depends on what you want to do.
There was a new location mentioned to you that you said, Adric, when you were debriefing us about what you talked about.
Right.
What
It's the
was
zoo.
that again?
It was the zoo.
Nah, you want to go to the zoo?
I'm starting to feel like we need to think about I don't know. Bad feeling we can just keep running around to different places, and I'm not sure if we're going to find anything. Do we want to? Maybe this was vision initially. Should we go and take a look at the one restraint they still have? Do we have any way of locating?
Oh yeah, I got a spell for that.
Right.
If I see them.
I'm still trying to figure out if Adric has seen you do it. I feel like he's been hanging out with wizards enough to know that there is a spell that lets you locate objects.
Sometimes they look at things, they just find other things.
That's sort of...
Finding shit's my whole thing, yeah.
So if we take you to the one they still have, can you locate something similar?
I don't think
All
so.
right, at this
unless-
point, there is a quake and a rumbling that moves throughout the city. Rocks fall. You see several civilians look up and are put into flat, bloody splats and pancakes by the falling rocks. I need all of you to give me a strength save.
I was going to say, if any of them are within 30 feet, Adric, without thinking, would run and try to get one out of the way, on instinct. But we'll do the strength save for now.
11.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
15.
15. All right. So, case. Let's see here. So for Laren, that'll be 14 bludgeoning damage, and then 7 to Adric and Nayland.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is getting worse. We need to figure out how to find these guys. What do you think, Nayland? Do you think you can maybe try to locate the... So look at Meslin. Can we go look at the one that's being repaired? The one that you guys still have? The white restraint?
Oh, if you want to know things, I think that is yeah. I don't see why not. Let me see. You want to investigate what we have?
you want to see the one restraint you still have, see what it looks like. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
If I could
I
just
mean,
take a look up, I feel like I could find something similar.
sure. I mean, it makes. Starts to look through his stuff here. Really quick, he's like, let's see. I mean, I've never seen it myself. Oh, so here it is. There's many things here. They are not available to viewing for anyone. Sorry.
What about the people working on it? I mean, there's people looking at it right now.
Right. I mean, those are people who are, of course, probably already have access. Like, it's one of those things. Like, if you have to ask about access, you're not going to get it.
Look, I'm finding you no fun. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, I just have my notes. I just have what.
I totally understand that, Meslin.
Listen. I mean, I understand you are all hired to do a job, and my understanding is you're getting paid very well, which is totally cool. I also have a job, and my job has to do with telling you no sometimes.
Right, the people who are going to save the city.
If they thought it was useful for you to see one of these things, I'm sure it would have it would have been like, except for those who are trying to save the city, but it doesn't. It clearly says everybody, you have not been given this type of clearance. I mean, if you want to take it up and spend more of the valuable time in which that people might die and perish, and yell at Shamath about this, I mean, that's totally your call. I don't even know where the restraint is to tell you.
Can't imagine why some radical cult would want to blow this place up. Beats me.
I know you get everything you want for nothing, for free. You don't really have to spend any gold. It's an amazing place.
Maslin, do you have any painting or sketching of what the leader of the Brotherhood of Spines looked like?
I mean, I've heard they're dragonborn. Kind of takes out this little sketching, and it's this obvious, like, caricature, like, this person's never seen this person in their life. It just is like this full dragon head, this little tiny stick figure body. That's like, that says, I hate all free things and want people to suffer and work for their whole life. Down with prosperity.
Yeah. That seems on point.
I don't think that works for my facial recognition software.
Bane is starting to pulse on the side of Patrick's head.
Listen, like, I mean, it's a crime to associate with criminals. Why would I have seen this person?
I mean, yeah, I am under.
I mean, which, by the way, I do have your immunity for going and finding the criminals, because that would be a type of association, so you're already covered. You're fine.
Right. Is there do you guys have a jail, a prison, where you keep
A prison?
these, like, there is these cult members, presumably, especially with, like, the fighting ring, you've caught some of them. Do you have a...
I mean... Explain to me this idea, this concept. When you say prison...
Right, okay. Nayla's gonna step up on, like, we're like in a market. There's like places like to sit down and eat. And she's gonna stand on a table and she's gonna say, I hate prosperity. Down with the city. I don't want to spend my money on or have anything come to me for free. And nobody come find me.
I mean, we're a free speech nation. I don't know what you're trying to do.
If only I had a cult to join of like-minded individuals. Dang.
Wow.
Cabana
You should
looking
write a book about being overpaid. Like,
Does anybody seem to be responding to my announcements?
Cabana also looking the crowd to see if anyone's reacting suspicious.
I don't know if there's a full moon out tonight. That's what's going on. Sure. Give me an insight check.
Can we both roll? Or is this a vet?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I feel like Vena's got it handled. Hold on. Yeah, no.
26.
26. I'd say, I mean, there's a fair amount of like, what's up with these folks going on? You know? Specifically anything else? I would say, you do see a few people like kind of quickly like exiting the crowd.
Nice.
That they kind of move really quickly.
Vena will spot these and poke Adric and England to quietly follow. Maybe we should track those people.
Okay.
Best lead yet. Skip the tell Adric twice. And if we can outrun Meslin while we're doing so, all better.
Guys, that's not gonna gotta make sure you follow procedures.
Quick note that Adric has the speedy feed. He has a 40-foot walking speed.
We are going to join a cult. I'm not sure it's in any of the procedures.
I mean that you're interesting people. Running very quickly and catching, you do lose track, but not before you see them disappear here into Bone Lurch Downs. Which is finally, Mezzin kind of comes up. He's like, "Welcome to Bone Lurch." This, of course, is where all the elite, the upper crust, like to live. And it is made from the best building materials, of course, provided absolutely free of charge. As far as the sustenance, you know the spiel, the thing we do. There's a park with a zoo. In addition, you could try and look at what we know as the Ivory Estates, where everyone who's anyone lives. Like I said, we've got our Bone Pan Zoo. It's part of the magic here. We can create an endless supply of bones to build everything we want.
Endless supply of meat, endless supply of bones. Okay.
They also got just meat. It's just meat.
That's right. Meat, water, and bones.
Okay. So I think Adric is going to whisper to Vena and say, "All right, I gotta
Welcome
talk
to this very different night of Planescape.
Adric's going to whisper to Vena and say, I need to talk to this guy without Mezzalin around. Can you engage him on some kind of procedural note and just keep him distracted?"
Of course. Maslin, can you explain to me your procedures for us to follow in the city? And Benna will proceed to try to have like an hour-long conversation with her.
Give me deception or persuasion, your choice.
Okay. A 10. In the-
Of course. Well, I keep with everybody, but I will definitely. Here's the pamphlet. So, unfortunately, you seem more interested in following everybody as you see this pamphlet. As you kind of open it, another like leaflet appears within it, and as you do that, it's like another one, and it keeps expanding. At a point, you have like your whole arm wingspan, basically. And, as another fold appears. What would you like to do?
I mean, I guess Adric can just try to have the conversation. I guess Meslin can listen in. I don't know. this Adric's deal is that this is the guy who very much comes across as not buying into this as much as everyone else we've seen. Actually, can I insight check? Is he drunk?
What, Meslin?
No, the guy who introduced who we met when we came into Bone Lurch.
No, this is Meslin following you around.
But didn't we
I don't
talk
think
to
we've met anybody
somebody
yet.
who was like, "Oh, this is where all the hoity-toities live"?
That's
Was that-
Meslin.
Mhm.
He caught up to you.
Yes.
Oh,
We've-
I'm sorry.
We're
I
slowly
thought it
driving
was
him insane, I think.
I thought there were two different people. I thought there were two different people. Okay. All right. I guess that changes. Okay, that I misinterpreted all of it.
He was out of breath from chasing
Gotcha.
you, which is why there was that difference in cadence.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys
Oh.
ran real quick."
Now, just
All right. I thought we were getting somewhere.
for the sake of asking, Meslin, do the two people unregistered or uncredent, what the hell is that word that you used? Those people, they live here?
Uncertified.
Uncertified.
Certification.
Say, what?
Certification? Yeah.
Yes. Do they live here as well with the hoity-toities because they got the money? Or...
Well, I mean, some of the hoity-toities are uncertified. That's true. But just because they don't want to go through the process. But no, like I said, I mean, if you're not certified and you're not helping everything, I mean, you just kind of, I mean, there's plenty of lava pits.
Okay, right.
Which is what I was a little confused when you said prison. You mean like a place we keep people who break the law?
Yes. You put them in the
Right. Yeah, we just sort of burn or whatever works for you, planar expulsion. Because what we realize is like, what's a prison really except a place you have to feed people and give them free food? And if we just give people free housing anyway, free food, free everything, then they would just break the law to get that. It's like a loophole. So the best thing is either to kick them out or kick them, discorporation, whatever kind of seems the best way to take care of these things.
Yeah. The thing with you, Meslin, is that everything you say makes a certain amount of sense, but it's like so not right. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Makes sense, but be wrong. I'm a good Yugoloth. They take their many, many arms and pincers.
All right, so
Can I keep okay. Can Adric to use something Robin has said, can Adric vibe check Meslin? Specifically what he wants to know is this a game to Meslin? Does this feel like it's just a game? Like we're sitting here kind of laughing at what's going on, but that's partly because it feels a little bit like obfuscating on purpose and
Sure.
like a little bit like there's a game
Yeah.
being played. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Oh. I had a decent insight. That is a 24.
Nice.
I would say it's not so much looking at him and how he's doing all this. After meeting Samath, they actually seemed very with it.
Mhm.
And you do see that Meslin is trying to put on an act here.
Mm.
But you don't think it's because of Samath. More like he is definitely attempting to, as much as he can without physically doing it, hinder you. But not under orders from the council.
Okay.
And it's almost it's possible he might be trying to tell you a few things through his insanity or apparent insanity without revealing himself. Cute 4D chess meme.
Yeah.
I tell you also get though that your gut feeling is this guy's a big coward.
Mm-hmm.
So if confronted and you feel like if you try to push on any of this and get him to come clean, he probably is. He's gonna just get out of here. Like he's not gonna be brave at all.
Okay.
Like he's more likely to run away than to give you anything.
Right. Okay. So Adric is going to go up, put his arm around Meslin. Like, how about you show us where the zoo is? What kind of animals are in the zoo?
All types. Let me show you.
Yeah, come on.
Go to the zoo.
Adric is keeping his arm around Meslin at the moment, and
You got it.
the plan is to get to the zoo and find some kind of relatively open pit area over some kind of nasty beast. Adric's had about all he's got the patience for right now.
All right. Coming here to Bone Lurch Downs, you can see that the area here, just like all the buildings, are made from this white stone substance. The zoo is like at the heart of this large overgrown park. And it's really the only place in the city with significant amounts of greenery. And you do see, sorry, we're closed. Right on it. Though it's only protected by a very simple iron and stone wall with the entrance locked. You can also kind of see around that there is a service entrance. Kind of looks at it. Oh, shucks.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I don't have a key.
I think we need a key. And we're going to go up to the service entrance. Is the service entrance locked?
Yes, you're on the wall to the east as you come to the service one. There's no visible lock.
Adric still has his arm around him. He just sort of pushes the door open with his leg. See? You can go right in.
As you open, it doesn't move.
Okay.
And is locked.
Okay.
You don't see any you don't see any lock upon it.
Okay. Does it seem like it's magically locked?
That would be a thought.
As we were, when we first approached the building and then we walked around the side, Nalen's just been dragging her hand, because you said it was made out of that white substance that they're calling infinite bone or whatever.
Yeah.
She's been sort of like trailing her hand along it, and just kind of as we're around the perimeter, and since we got here, she's been casting Identify.
Okay.
And she's just curious if there's something more to whatever this substance is other than just bone.
Yeah, I mean, I think you get that it is. There's something about the substance. It is so plentiful, but there's nothing that comes off like an enchantment or a magical item.
Okay.
There's definitely something odd.
All right, what do we got here?
But if you did want to try to kick it open, Adric, I would take an athletics check.
It's just going to look very silly if this is magical. I doubt it'll work, but I can give you an athletics check. Sure. That's a 26.
A 26. Your foot goes in, and you can see like this vaguely blue energy that you almost seem to make it through before it bounces back and pushes you.
Whew. That is a strong little lock there you guys got here.
Must be top secret. Maybe we should move along.
Top secret in the zoo.
Oh, I mean, there's dangerous things that will eat our bones, I mean, you can't really be too sure about these types of stuff.
All the same, people are dying, so we really, I think, need to get in. Maybe if you and I did it together, and he's going to take him, and he's going to, like, as if we're going to go shoulder to shoulder, but he's just going to put Meslin in front, like he's about to slam Meslin into the door.
Ah!
I mean, unless you've got another way, or you've got something
I
else.
don't know.
Other way
You see in the distance this entire section of towers collapse as the whole area quakes once more.
Mm-hmm.
Time here getting short. I need another deck, or not another deck. I need a deck save.
17.
17.
What did Luna get? Or Vanna, rather?
16.
16. Everyone saves. So they would take half of 42 for 21 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus. All right, we're running out of time. Nalen pulls out a portable ram that I have in my inventory. And
Nice.
hands it to Adric. Give it another try.
Adric will, at this point, lifts up Meslin and hands him to Nalen and say, hang on to him.
I'm not luggage!
I don't know what a portable ram does.
It
Yeah, what's
adds
the
a
program do?
+4 to your strength check to break down doors. And one other character can help you use the ram, giving you advantage.
Venna?
She'll try to help you.
Alright, so take that bonus, Adric, take the advantage, and make the roll.
Okay, come on. Oh well. That is a 29.
Oh, come on!
29. You feel like if you had done one more value more, this could have occurred and happened. But as it is, the blue energy pushes you out.
Seeing this blue energy, is this something I can try to dispel?
Certainly try that.
Oh, I'll try that.
Spell magic, and the door opens.
Oh well.
I mean, you could have done that earlier, but
Remember when
see,
you
like-
said you'd look stupid after the first time? Looks extra stupid after the second time.
You're the one who gave me this thing, and you expected me not to play with it. And he hands the portable ram back to Nayland.
This is a definitely 3-person night vibe going on today. I hope everyone else is having fun.
You look. You have the one variant of mine who is not built for investigation or talking with people.
Good work, Vanna. You did great.
Adric will open the door and walk in.
Oh.
Okay, very cool. So you come on in here. So you see that there is a dirt path here that as you follow it, you can see take it to like a large abandoned, or it's like a warehouse looking building on the south side. There's this large abandoned lion exhibit that's unlocked. It looks like it hasn't been functional for a while. There's several overgrown rock and boulder outcroppings surrounding a small cave entrance, a dried up watering pool, and there's a variety of trees and foliage. You also see some type of fully enclosed monkey exhibit, some large cages. What'd you like to do?
It all seems abandoned, or just the lion exhibit?
Oh, that seems to be abandoned as well. Yeah, they all seem to be abandoned.
All right.
Or actually, sorry, my bad. The only thing that looks abandoned is the lion exhibit.
Gotcha. And do the other ones look well kept? Like the animals look happy?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Boy, this is a throwback. And these look like animals. I know it's a weird question, but Adric still has the ring of
Yes,
animal.
they
friend-
have the right amount of eyes,
right.
legs.
Because Adric has the ring of animal friendship that he got
Okay.
way back in the Beastlands. So he'd like to speak with animals. But is that going to work on any of these?
Okay, yeah. You put it on. You feel like you could talk or befriend them.
He will speak with. So you said there were monkeys. There's a monkey enclosure, and what else?
Is large cages besides them,
Okay.
like
I
empty
will-
cages. So the monkey exhibit's the only thing with animals in it.
Gotcha. So he will then go up to the monkey cage and talk and say, hey, so I was wondering if you all could give us a hand, some information. You've been feeling all the shaking going on. We'd like to swap that, but we're trying to find the source of it.
I don't know why the land shakes.
What has there been anyone sort of people coming through here, like not the normal people who would normally feed you or anything?
Oh, yes, those ones who won't bring us food. They do not give us the proper offering for our lordship. It is... we are gods, and they do not give the proper offering. It is quite disturbing.
Oh, see, those are the kinds of people we're after. Because that's
Ah,
just
good.
disrespect.
They come and they say their inane language and come down the hallway there, walk the path, and enter that den, that cave. And then they return, beaten and bloodied, and go about their way back to the land.
Interesting.
Still don't give us offerings.
Well, that is just rude. That is just rude. And he'll turn back to Nayland and say, Arnvenna, can either of you really quickly make some food for the lords of the area here, as he nods towards the monkeys?
I'm pretty sure they mean they want you to throw some poop at them. That's what monkeys. That's how they do it. I mean, trust me.
Adric doesn't trust me. All right, well, we'll have to promise them that. Okay, and she goes back to them. Okay, okay, well, we're definitely going to have to look into that. Did any of them look like a sort of scaly little reptilian in form? You know, maybe he's not sure if these things know what a dragon is, but, you know, sort of...
Sure, kind of given. Yes, there's scaly ones.
Okay.
And slimy ones, and fiery ones, and some smell real bad.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, we're definitely going to have to take care of that for you. Okay. All right. Oh, one last question real quick. You didn't see any of them carrying any, like, really large... he doesn't know how to describe it because no one will tell him what they look like, but, like, really large objects. And
with the gems, they got the colors.
Yeah,
you didn't hear that
like,
from me.
No, I was about to say it, actually. Gems with, like, different colored gem in it that they might have hauled down there by any chance.
Have you seen them hold big things with shiny rocks? Big things with shiny rocks. I did see one have something like that, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. He's very politely. We are going to try to take care of this. For both take care of the shaking, but also take care of those people who are not showing you proper respect.
Good. We trust you, Acolyte.
While Adric's been talking, we did establish earlier on that Venna, when she eats, it just sits in her until she takes it out. So, might Nayland and Venna be producing the kebabs from earlier to leave the monkeys as an offering?
Sure.
Okay. Lovely.
They begin to eat. Food of the hells, nourish us! Yes. Oh, look, my tail's growing back. That's it.
It's almost like the three of us planned this. We are so in sync.
No, but while they eat, does any of them seem to have any adverse reaction to it?
Where's my die?
Oh no.
How many D20s?
No, they seem to be okay.
Hmm.
I mean, they drink a lot of their water bowl. Like, whew! Tastes like there's 19 spices. That's insane. Why
All right, Edric will relay what he learned from his new, masters, I guess. He is an acolyte. He's their acolyte. That, so they saw folks going into the den and coming out beat up and bloody. But they do think they saw at least one person hauling something that might be one of the restraints. So I think maybe, again, this might be our best lead for the moment. Just to check out the den.
Did Adric at any point, would he have been able to intimate to Venna and Nayland that
our friend's intentions don't seem like he's actually trying to help us? Or would that have been difficult?
There would have been no chance for me to say it. And what I could think is that when Adric, it would probably have felt unusual when Adric puts his arm around Meslin and starts acting like he changed his attitude and the way he was treating Meslin.
Mhm.
Maybe he shot you a look, but whether you could fully, you probably wouldn't know the details necessarily, the nuances of it, unfortunately. But I mean, this Meslin's been here the whole time, so
Yeah.
um,
Does he seem to react in any way now that we have what feels like a real lead?
He just is kind of like chilling out for the most part. He's just sort of letting you go. You get the sense again from the other one that if you find this stuff, he's not going to physically mess with you.
Gotcha.
You're
Okay.
doing this, he's like, all right, like kind of person like I did my best.
Okay.
okay.
Gotcha. All right. To the cave?
To the cave.
Alrighty. In that case, let's go ahead and take our break, and then we'll come back as we enter the cave.
In the lion's den.
Good work, team. Good business.
Alrighty. So, with this, what would you all like to do?
Lion Cave.
Lion Cave. I will say that Adric downs a healing potion.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a cure wounds on myself.
And also, just so he doesn't have to do this action later and it lasts an hour, he's going to do the magic action on the winged boots that he got last time. So if he wants, he has a fly speed.
Yeah, Vanna will also use a healing potion on herself. And should we go stealthily into the... I don't know how feasible that would be with our companion.
Well, I can. I'll try to keep my steps very quiet. Well, I just wait outside for you, whatever you want.
No,
Well,
I think you should come with.
yeah, I've been wanting to get rid of you this whole time, but now I feel like somehow I've done a 180.
Oh, I guess I just grow on people.
Kind of like a fungus. It's really quite impressive.
Thank you.
So we can try to sneak if you want, Venna. Adric's not fantastic at that, but we can certainly try.
I mean, if y'all want to do a stealth check, go for it.
Oh, son of a...
That's a 15 for Adric.
7.
30.
I'm glad that Adric's
Then it
not-
goes full predator camouflage. Everyone else, hey, what's down here? You begin to go down. And so you come in and you first look around the area and you see that the cave for the lion seems to go deeper than you'd think. You see that there are some stairs at the back of the cave. You begin to go down the stairwell. And you come into a small room. And there you see a red-skinned, horned man with vertical pupilled eyes and a very nice suit. Welcome, guests. Might I help you?
Oh, we heard this was the place to go if you hate prosperity and free stuff.
I see. You might... Oh, I think you're in the wrong place. I would suggest you search elsewhere for the next day or so. I need wisdom saving throws.
Oh.
I think it's still advantage from Hero's Feast.
Yeah, this is against Charmed.
Oh, Vanna cannot be charmed.
So was there advantage or not? Sorry.
From Hero Face, all wisdom saves are advantage from Hero's Feast.
Oh, okay. So that would be a 21.
20.
Okay. Kind of feel the power of their personality wash over you, though you resist.
Nice trick. Thurin, I presume.
Threnu, actually.
Apologies.
Well, rightly so. But I am sorry, you don't seem to have a ticket. I have no idea who you are. I suggest you go elsewhere.
Right. It's waiting for someone to be more clever than Adric's going to be. Adric's not going to be clever.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be clever either.
You're
Adric's going to say, look,
sorry. Go ahead.
I suppose Venna's going to say something?
Yeah, Venna, go ahead, because I think everyone else is just...
Your defense does not seem optimal.
I am more skilled than you might think.
I agree, given the trick you just did. But surely, you would need more people who are against prosperity and free food, like my friend just suggested, help you out.
Listen, you might understand something, but I would at least need a letter of introduction before I could sell you a ticket.
Ticket to what?
Well, I'm definitely not selling you one now. You may go.
All right. We've got like 8 hours, guys. So there's no point in playing this game here. Adra's going to say, "Look, we want the restraints. We want to stop the earthquakes. You either give them to us, or we fucking go through you."
It is my solemn duty to not let those unauthorized through this door. So I suppose if you'd rather be torn to pieces, that is your prerogative. Guess roll initiative.
What a pleasant way to start combat.
All right, looks like I got it. Very cool. All right. So in that case, Edric, you get to go first.
All right. He is going to. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to slip the shield down, draw his longsword, and go up and start taking swings.
Oh, how droll.
$22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right. He will. No, that's just going to be a straight. So, it is a 15 magical slashing damage.
Nice. You slash across his shoulder, and that was an Armani.
Patrick isn't bothering to talk. That one is just like, yeah, not interested in the conversation. That's a 29 to hit.
There we go.
And he will stick a trip attack on this. So that's 21 magical slashing damage, and I need a I believe that is going to be a DC 18 strength check.
Nice.
All right. Ugh. You didn't even give me a chance to stretch first as he fails.
You should maybe stop talking. And he will, and I think he will bonus action second wind.
Does Trip knock prone? What's Trip do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I believe. Or I have the prone condition.
All right, he's not prone.
He's prone. I will do second wind in order to give myself some hit points back. Nice. And then that will be my turn. Plus, so he's prone. Also, because weapon mastery on the longsword, his first attack after this is at disadvantage.
All right. Then Naylin.
Well, I mean, when you line them up, I'll just gotta follow through. I will step over him and just start stabbing.
Ooh, a void creature.
Oopsies, that was supposed to be an advantage. Let me see. All right, 22 to hit.
Oh,
That hits.
Hunter's Mark first. I apologize.
Okay.
Okay, that one hit, and then I'll take my second attack.
Yep.
For a 28 to hit.
Yep.
All right. That is 29. Magical piercing
Nice.
total.
Oh, my kidney.
And that's my turn.
All right, then Venna.
Then I will cast Second Lance at him. So for intelligence saving throw.
Nice. Okay, so let's see how they do. Not well enough.
Yeah, 20 psychic damage and they are incapacitated.
Nice.
And then I will back away a little bit towards the entrance, keep her distance, and that's okay.
Oh, migraine magic. That is just not okay. Oh, as he stands up because he does have movement. Goes, oh, seriously, people these days can't find proper letters of instruction. Just want to force their way through everything. No conversation skills whatsoever. Actually, it's your turn.
Adric just thinks to himself, conversation didn't get us anywhere to begin with. And he will take 2 more attacks. That is a 24 and a 16.
16 will miss.
Okay.
For hits.
4 hits, all right. And that is a 13 magical slashing damage.
Nice.
And actually, he's going to shield bash, which is just a free thing on a melee hit. So that's another DC 18 strength save, or he's knocked prone again.
Okay, 18.
Okay.
As this time he catches the shield. Not again.
And yeah, we're gonna leave it there for now. Yeah.
All right, Naylin.
Fire, did you say that they were incapacitated?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll my eyes and head around back and of them, and I'm just gonna use my action to apply my dimensional shackles.
Oh, indeed.
So I can use an action to place these shackles on an incapacitated creature. They will adjust to size And they prevent them from using any method of movement or extra dimensional movement, including teleportation or travel to a different plane.
And they're restrained as well, right?
Well,
Or does it not say restrained?
it doesn't say. Could that be?
Yeah, I mean, it could just be something that keeps them here, but doesn't restrain them.
Okay, well, all right, they're on. It doesn't say restrained, no.
Okay, quickly.
Well, no, that took my action. All right, so never mind, that's it for me.
Okay, so you put them on.
They can make I can designate creatures who can remove the shackles with an action. Once every 30 days, the bound creature can make a DC 30 athletics check to
Okay,
remove them.
nice. Very good. So you go, seriously? Benna?
Now Venna tentacles shoots out from her back to try to grapple and restrain them for a strength saving throw.
Okay. Oh, that's disgusting. Only an 11.
They fail and they are now restrained. Oh yeah, that's your turn.
Ugh. What in the world? So what did you use to restrain them?
Dimensional.
Watery?
Sorry.
I mean, watery tentacles. It's a spell.
Okay, so I'm sorry. They actually get advantage on that one. Let's see if they're doing better. 21.
Nope.
Still fail. Okay.
Woo!
Here you go. What in the... And look at Nayland as you see this black fire appear in their hands and turn into this long, sharpened fork. Ah! And we'll go ahead and try to stab you
Yeah,
with
right.
disadvantage.
Could have seen that coming.
Oh, let's see. A 14.
Miss.
Second is 29.
That hits just a little.
Double 19s on my dice. So that is 16 piercing damage. And then cauterizing the wound for 11 fire.
All right. Ow, you son of a bitch.
Then looks at Edric as a tail comes out of their smoking jacket and tries to slice at your neck for a dex save.
Oh. That is a 14. Does that make it?
It does not.
Indomitable.
All right.
Does a 28 make it?
It does. As you... whoop. Perfect. It goes. Sort of sighs, a little bored. Edric.
Okay. So,
Oh, sorry. They get another strength save at the end of their turns to get out of the restraint condition.
Oh, nice. So that goes. Oof. That is only a 15. Oh, annoying. Go ahead, Edric.
So, I apologize on that. So, restrained and grappled and all this, do I get advantage on attacks against them, or is it? I do. Okay.
You do.
All right. So now it's going to take us 2 attacks. And that is a 19.
That will hit.
Okay. Second one is a 25. All right.
Nice.
We're going to hit for 29 magical slashing damage altogether. And so is this, sorry, I'm checking something real quick. Too many things. Where is that? No, come on. Is it a bonus action? It is a bonus action. Okay. I don't know if this will tell me anything or not, but he's going to use bonus action, Know Your Enemy. Discerns immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities.
Does what? I'm sorry.
It discerns immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities.
All right. Is immune to poison and fire and poisoned.
Okay.
All right. Naylin.
Look, man, aren't you kind of like embarrassed about this? I mean, don't you just want to let us through? And she'll just be stabbing him. Hello? Oh, son of a. Alright, hold on, that should be with advantage. I can't click the button. Alright, it was over 20.
Okay, then it's
Alrighty, second stab. Oh, fucking again? Alright, over 20 again.
nice.
Alrighty. Oof. 22 magical piercing.
Okay. All right, they do look bloodied.
And that's it for my turn.
All right. Venna.
Venna is going to take out her rifle. Attack. 24 to hit for 38 necrotic.
Nice.
I did hear you say take out her Bible, and I was so confused.
Sorry. That's so bad. Okay. The second one is
What is that?
21 to hit.
That it's
38 more necrotic.
nice.
And 33 to hit for 39 necrotic.
Oof.
Are you sure you don't want to let us through? And that's her turn.
You know, you are very persuasive. On second thought, simply remove these shackles. I will give each of you 3 tickets. As he's doing this, he's returning the favor to Naylin and stabbing her. As was done to him. Let's see here. 21 to hit.
Shield.
Nice.
So now you're trying to beat a 22.
All right, then that won't. And then they'll use their tail for a dex saving throw on Naylin.
Okay. 26.
Oof. You're able to dodge. So, yeah. Take it off. Would rather not perish on this plane. It's embarrassing. Take it off and we'll get you the tickets. Adric.
He looks at the other 2. I guess insight check. This guy's telling the truth because Edward doesn't particularly want to kill him if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, you can make insight if you want.
All right, insight check. Let's see. Insight. That is a 21.
Yeah, he seemed to be willing to make the deal. I guess Nayland.
She'll be like, all right, deal's a deal. Let's shake on it. She'll spit on her hand and then hold it out to him and then be like, gotcha. You can't shake my hand. You got shackles on. And then she'll go around and take the shackles off.
Okay. All right, so you take them off.
Yeah.
And then just in case, Vanna.
Yeah, Venna dismisses the spell.
Okay. Very good. Then, in that case, goes, oh, well, that was unnecessary, but you could have just gotten a recommendation letter. Seriously. Here we go. 3 tickets. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. We're kind of on a time crunch, you see, so appreciate it.
Would you mind telling us what kind of place we're going to?
Oh. Of course. Well, this is a fighting ring. Moved here since the raids. So there's tickets.
And don't you worry, this one's not gonna say nothing. And Maitland pushes, what's his name? Milchik? What's his name?
Meslin.
Meslin.
They nodded at each other. It was very well. I do. Well, at least it was. Well, very good at what you do. Game recognizes game and all that. I hope you do well in the pits.
Just for the sake of asking, what do you think of these earthquakes that we got going on?
Oh, I'm sure I couldn't comment.
All right, fair. To the pits?
To the pits. It's like the only league we have, but I don't feel like we're actually getting any closer.
I think that they're just going to be in the pits. We've done it. We've solved it. We're going to get to the pits, and there they're going to be.
So, as you descend the steps, the ground shakes once more. As the quakes seem to be getting worse. So I lost my quake chart. Let's go back up. Oops. All right. So some of the walls begin to crack, and you see magma coming through as sudden vents of steam rise and go to singe and melt your exteriors. Any Constitution saving throws.
Oh. Oh.
22.
21.
10.
Okay, it's a fail for Nayland. Everyone else succeeds, so they will take half. This is fire from the steam. That is 66 for the fail. And 33 for the success.
Balin screams in agony. She is at 3 hit points remaining.
One moment.
But I'll give you like a healing potion, I think. Yes.
Oh, I mean, I got the spell slots. I could cure wounds myself again.
No. I can give you a healing potion too.
10 points of healing from that.
That's very nice.
Let me roll this. Nice. That is 6, 8. 8
Eight.
more from the wand.
Okay. Looking okay.
Okay.
Thanks, friends.
So,
Yeah.
healing the Naylin up a little bit.
Yep.
Yep. God, I hate this place.
Very good. So, you continue. I'm sorry, you continue down. As you descend, you hear an echoing chant. 2 beasts enter. 1 beast lives. Then people go, 2 beasts enter. 1 beast leaves. 2 beasts enter. 1 beast leaves. Repeating over and over. Descending further, you enter a crowded lounge occupied by a deafening crowd of gamblers and partygoers of all sorts, talking loudly, drinking heavily, and watching intently as a fight between 2 beasts rages in the centrally located pit in the tap room floor. The pit's caged ceiling arcs upwards and is covered with cheering and drunken spectators, making it hard to see what's below. You can just barely make out glimpses of some great red beast, and you hear howls of monstrous pain as its victim is torn asunder. The crowd roars as the fight continues, so it comes to a sudden and gruesome end, with some patrons running excitedly to the bookies on the opposite side of the room, and several others shouting in anger and bemoaning their poor luck. You can tell, that the staff of this club are very busy, constantly hurrying about in the back of the bookie's cage, even when there's no active bettors nearby. These rushing employees dressed in robes seem almost panicked as they whisper amongst each other.
All right. Now I got 2 ideas. One, we kidnap someone who works here, steal their robes. Or we kill Adric. And then we kill Alistair. And then when Alice comes back, she'll just turn into one of the employees. How we feel?
Patrick sighs and says, I'm not sure how I feel that I'm the only one in which this is continually suggested as a means of moving forward, is to kill me to get to one of the other variants.
Listen, we offer to kill them to get to you sometimes too. I just
No,
you're just not
that's
there
what I'm
here.
saying. It's us by 3. It's always always us.
Yeah. As you come in here, you can see that you're in a loud, crowded tap room. Guests are running. They run the gamut of all species, just every type of creature you can imagine. But they most all wear dark leather clothes with metallic accessories. To your north is a busy bar serving all manner of alcoholic concoctions. Tell me what you want to do.
Other than the pit and the gated off area where the bookies are, does it seem like there are other hidden places here? Like, is there like a door out of here?
Yeah, so you see the bar, you see the lounge, there's the pit, and then there's the cashier's cage. You can see it appears kind of behind the cages. You can see some avenue with those who are in like cloaks where they seem to be moving back there, where there could be something just out of sight.
Right. I did mean it as a compliment, Adric. You're just very useful a lot of the time, but all right, we could table that plan for later. I do feel like I want to get behind the cage. I don't know about you guys.
I can make us look like these people.
All right, Adric, you're off the hook.
So for us not to kill Adric, and then Venna would turn us through seeming into these people in the robes and such.
Okay. Sounds good. And how would you like to proceed?
I guess was the idea that we act like we belong and then proceed
Yeah.
to...
Yeah, I guess so. That's my plan.
I just remember what you're doing. Gotta announce intent.
Does anybody else have any ideas that they want to do before we start just walking into that cage?
Nope.
All right, with confidence.
With confidence.
Confidence. You do see it is a locked door into the cages.
Ah,
And they kind of see you all walk, but as a few kind of see, oh, did you get locked out? Oh, bad luck. Open the cages to you.
Patrick nods. Nods like sort of thank you. Not saying anything. And
Now you come in. You haven't seen those people that got hired by the council, did you?
Shakes her head.
No. Ah, man.
because we all know that would be a real.
Try to get them to finish the sentence.
Right. Well, well, I mean, it'd be a real disappointment to Thurin if we don't come. He was excited to talk to them and hope to explain, what's happening. Kind of looks around. I really hope they show up soon.
Right. I feel like I got a hunch. Like, give them 15 minutes and they're just going to come right around that corner. Just got to keep the faith.
Right. I mean, right. I just hope, either they don't come at all, or, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I know they're just doing their job, but, they can't stop what needs to happen, right?
Right, that would be just the absolute tries to get them to finish a sentence.
Inhumane thing to ever occur.
Right, exact. Took the words out my mouth.
All right, so you're in the cages. Everyone's kind of like just going, all right, here's people. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna pop to the back 1 second. We'll just good chat. I hope they come soon.
And I'd like to try and make my way to that place that we saw that looked like it went on behind the cages.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to look around, see if there's anything over there. Give me a
Yeah.
perception check.
Okay, and I'll also well, if I think I could no, I mean there's packed people in here, right? I couldn't cast the spell and not be super obvious.
Yeah, I mean they'd see you trying to do magic.
All right, okay, I'll do a perception check. Oh, all right, 25.
25. All right. You can see what appears to be a 15 by 15 foot trapdoor in the floor of the office, immediately adjacent to the doorway as you walk in.
Is the office otherwise empty?
Mhm. Um, well, looking around, you can see that there are like what appears to be out schematics that looks like they have to do with how to change the restraints. You can see some correspondences between what looks like the Brotherhood and other distant Baphomet cults. Some expenses.
Did Adric and Venna
And then you
follow?
see another door that seems to be locked that looks like it goes to a further back office.
Gotcha.
I think Vela followed.
Yeah,
Mm.
Adric's just been following Nalen's lead.
Right, okay. I mean, all right, can we just do a little huddle? Are we sure we want to do this? I mean, are you guys getting the feeling that maybe we're on the wrong side?
Well, but and Adric has been sitting on this, not saying anything, but incredibly frustrated. It's like, if that was the guy Thranos that we just met, he saw us with Meslin. Did he not? If he wanted to talk to us, did he not realize who we were? Didn't seem to want to talk to us. And he obfuscated when we asked about the earthquakes. So none of this is making sense. Like, I agree. I don't think anyone is telling us the whole story, but I just want to stop boulders and buildings from falling on people. Because that's the only thing I've seen with my eyes. There's those people getting hurt. There's a lot in this town that doesn't make sense. A lot we're not
Yeah.
being told.
Being an artificer, Matt, can I try to understand specifically what these schematics are saying they want to change? About the the thingies.
Yeah, I would say, looking at them, it appears as though they wanted to take these objects, and it doesn't quite make sense as based on the information you have. That it's trying to. It seems like they were made to keep something, like basically keep something asleep, and it moves towards controlling.
Gotcha.
Looks like trying to be altered for control purposes.
Alrighty. Do we think unstable energy is just like a cover for, siphoning energy off of something they're keeping trapped down there?
I mean, that's all the same kind. Bones that are not supposed to be optimal building materials, but they use it anyway.
Now they're producing meat, and everybody is fed on an on a mystery meat that has regenerative capabilities. So they're getting meat from somewhere. They're getting bones from somewhere. Has Meslin come with us this whole way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, buddy, you want to weigh in?
Yeah.
You've been awful quiet.
Edric will look at Meslin and say, it'd be real nice if someone fucking leveled with us. Because it doesn't seem like anyone does. And I'm real close to seeing if they would take you as a beast in the next beast fight.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe we should just go through that door. And you can tell whoever's there why you're here. We'll see what happens. And then they'll let you level with whoever may or may not be over there, and they'll maybe level with you.
Is that what we want to do? I mean, I could try and pick the lock. We could knock. I mean,
Oh, they don't even lock this door, see? I mean, you want to go? It's wide open.
Is there a lot like you, Meslin, in the city, who share the same ideals?
I'm sure I don't know. People don't like to talk to me a lot of the time. Too many arms disturbs them. I hear it all the time, like, too many legs, too many arms, too many eyes. People don't like it.
we're generally alone in this little office that we found.
A little bit. There's people actually kind of going in and out. Someone goes to the door. Hey.
Let's just go in the next room.
Yeah, all right, Adric, go. I'm right behind you.
I mean, yeah, there's some of this seems very strange.
Adric is just frustrated. Phil keeps waxing between, have we somehow screwed this up, or are we just going too slowly on the right path? He can't figure it out. And it just means that Adric is frustrated. So Adric will just go through the damn door. He halfway hopes it's a trap, just because.
You go in. Before you stands a gold-scaled dragonborn man in a tousled worker's garb. His once vibrant scales had been dulled and scuffed by a hard life, but he speaks to those around him with the confidence and collectedness that belies his unruly appearance. The only finery about him is a black silken cloak lined with red, a symbol of status, and a large silver emblem he wears on a chain around his neck, depicting the maw of a beast encircling a great maze. The symbol of Baphomet, demon prince of beasts. The others in the room are watching with nervous anticipation. But Thurin isn't perturbed as he looks at Meza. Are these them? They decide to come draped in magic. Meza just looks between you and them. I mean, who can say?
All right, look.
Oh, so he's like this with everybody. Okay. It's not just us.
I'll admit we're a little confused, but we're here now. Say your piece.
That's good. Well, friends, I know why Samath has sent you to my door. But you must understand, before we come to blows, if we must, he is lying to you. He has built a town of great prosperity with the free food and materials that he has access to. But he has not told you where that comes from. Deep below the city, long before its founding, a great beast of terrible power came to rest. And while hibernating, this creature is said to possess unlimited healing abilities. Samath shackled it, prolonging its hibernation, while he and his cronies carve the flesh from its bones, filter the blood from its veins, and even remove parts of its very skeleton for building materials. My brotherhood only seeks to free this beast and set it upon the glorious cycle once again. You may have heard its name spoken in reverent tones and terrified whispers. The city sits upon the Tarask.
Adric pinches the bridge of his nose. he right before the guy said it, he's like, "Fuck, it's not the Tarask, isn't it?" Damn it.
You just seek to free it.
Indeed. That's why we stole the restraints, to let it loose so the wheel may turn. Have you not sensed that there is something wrong in the air around? Things glitched and out of place. It has been kept from fulfilling its purpose.
Then you are lying to us.
What do you mean?
You're seeking to control it, are you not?
Limitedly, sure. Instead of forcing it to sleep, it would give us an imperfect control. It would let us influence its path of destruction, keep it away from things that are best left upwards.
And you do this for your Lord Baphomet?
Indeed, for this is the mightiest of all beasts that is not allowed to run its natural course. It is profane to him.
Vanna looks towards her front. This is a demonic cult seeking to control a Tarask. What do we do?
Well,
Let's say I've. Yeah, the Tarask works on a cycle. Do you want me to roll to see how much the Adric knows about Tarasks?
Sure.
Just so that I'm not to start spewing stuff that he wouldn't know. What would that be, you think?
Arcana.
Oh, Arcana, okay. Weirdly, he's actually got a pretty decent thing in that. Yeah, that's a 24.
woo!
So, because all Adric was going to say is that, yes, the Tarasks do work on a cycle, but their sole purpose is destruction.
Indeed. Too much unbridled creation unbalances the wheel. That's why things go off. Wonder why things don't work. Everything has its purpose, as even does this creature. To raise towns and cities, even worlds, so that the wheel is balanced and turns correctly. Have you not seen things not work the way they should?
Yeah,
Right, that has nothing to. That's
Yeah,
right. It's definitely the Tarask.
There are many things out of bounds. This is a great one that must be put right. It's a dam that must be broken.
So Edric will look at Nayland and Venna and recognize that this may not be a great fight to have, but he'll say, you know what? I mean, maybe this thing does have to be freed, but this is a demonic cult that is going to attempt to control it. We can decide what we want to do with the restraints afterwards, but I don't think we can let them have the control of this thing.
Yeah, all right. Sounds about right to me.
I do agree.
What was that, Venna?
I do agree.
Okay. So we're in agreement.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, on the count of 3, you want to draw our blades, or like?
We're talking out loud, right?
Yeah.
We're absolutely talking out loud in front of them.
Well, we may go, well, wait a minute. Do I understand that your only disagreement is the control? You would rather unbridled destruction, chaotic and not directed.
I believe that part we have not decided on.
I'm just saying, we just wanted to hone it, to make it as refined and, well, pure as possible. However, you'd rather leave it up to chance, and wherever the nose of the creature may take it, maybe we can come to an agreement.
Look, I think the actual issue is that we currently do not trust anybody in this town, including you.
Oh, I see. Well, we still would like the fourth restraint, and either way you may go, you may need to go back. We could back you up, or simply tell you where to go to get it. You know where the other 3 are. We ain't going nowhere.
Can we just take a moment to just discuss some logistics? I mean, we were told by that other liar that we had like 6 hours. Does that timeline seem right to you?
Without the full restraints, indeed. Our hope was to, to get that left alone. You're right. It'll likely rise and come either way. But should you hasten and get the fourth one so that it could come quicker? Well, that would be right. Justice would be done before. Unless your intent is simply to let the clock kick down and let the wheels of fate do what they may.
I mean, I feel like the last couple hours, maybe we could evacuate the city. I don't know. Is that a thought anyone's considering?
I've considered it, but we'd have to convince. Well,
Convince these fat and overgrown, those who do not understand the torment that they cause by their free living. What they drink upon, what they feast, nor that they even live in its very bones.
Well, good thing we got a couple hours to think it over.
I feel strange to decide for people.
I agree.
I usually just present data to them and they decide. Is that not the natural course of action?
I'm guessing that. Well.
She must go, listen, I know that I've been a little annoying. But seriously, I mean, I know they've got their whole, steer the path of ultimate destruction. I get it. But I mean, I can't stand to watch any creature suffer.
Well,
I
yeah.
just want this thing freed. It's sad. I mean, you saw they don't care that they're hurting it. They're just eating and making it spicy, being all glad it heals their wounds while it's in pain.
God damn, are you growing on me?
But so Adric can't. I know this is not helpful. Adric just sort of looks at him and looks behind where we came from and said, "You guys are doing beast fights. This whole caring about beasts thing is falling real flat right now because you have beast fights in which the beasts are forced to kill each other. I'm having a hard time believing that that's actually what you give a shit about. Forgive me, but that's a beast
Looks
fight.
at you very confusedly and goes, "What do you mean? They're just fighting like they normally would. This thing is kept imprisoned, and they slice it off in torture. It's very different."
It's a little different, Adric. Yeah.
If
I'm gonna
these
take
things
this
met
to
out
you.
in the wilds, they would kill each other. They meet in here, they kill each other. And plus that, we only do this to raise the money in order to finance the situation to release to correct the greater injustice.
I
If you
do
want to
think
accuse us of being imperfect, we will not. We can't defend that. Imperfection is inherent, but the cruelty leveled by Shamath and his followers. We may not like how we raise our money, but we're not cruel. We do not torture.
Are you suggesting that if someone were to kill Tarask while it is hibernating, or at least stop them from doing that, it would be acceptable to you?
Taras cannot be killed. Can only be forced in deeper hibernation. It has hibernated too long. The wheel is out of balance and must be set right.
Adric, where are these Tarasks from? I mean, like, is there like a gate we could just point it towards and let it run back home?
Letting it run back home would involve it destroying wherever we send it. Their cycle is to wake up once. I'm not remembering the exact time scale, but they wake up, they rampage for a while, causing destruction, and then go back into hibernation again. Like it happens on the prime planes mostly.
Right, I see.
They are era-ending events when a Tarask shows up. We're going to say that Adric has a few flashes of when he was doing his job with the ciphers being sent to prime worlds that were had under Tarask attack. It's not pretty. Like I said, we can have a discussion about the discussion of whether or not the Tarask should be allowed to do that or not is a separate thing than whether or not we let these guys have control over it. Regardless, if this thing is allowed out on this time frame, most everybody in the city is going to get killed. Regardless, as he'll look at Thurn and the others, regardless of what any of us think of them, they are all going to get killed. Many of them probably will have no idea why they were killed.
If your intent is to simply allow these abusers to have a chance by giving them a few hours head start, I suppose we might be able to accept that. We let the clock run out. Let it go where it may. You get to try to save as many as you can.
Is our little robot friend here to see this shit where we're oh, being fine with the freaking balance of the universe and deciding not to do too much good stuff and letting bad
Yep,
stuff
he's
happen?
there.
All right.
Just like,
All right.
where did you come from?
I assume you're always taking it with you, so it's interesting.
Nayland's ready to make that deal. Give the people a chance to leave, let the Tarrasque out.
Adric is incredibly frustrated with everybody involved in this right now. But he will look at the.
Hey, you can have a party only talk, whatever you want to do. How you want to try to get this conundrum? Wow, you guys just picked up a lot of more ambiguity.
I'm just worried if we talk too long, we're going to have to roll some more saving throws. That's what I'm kidding. And Adric will talk to the. If we can actually like sort of just talk between the three of us at this point, and Adric will just say, "Trust me, I have no particular desire to leave this thing enslaved under this town. But I don't trust these folks to have any control over it. And I would rather minimize the damage, the loss of life, because how many people just stumbled across this town and have no idea what's going on. And goodness knows the people in charge of the town have done a great job of obfuscating it.
Then I suggest some of us stay and oversee what they're doing with the restraints to ensure that they don't impose control over the Tarrasque, while some go evacuate the town, should people believe and wish to leave.
All right, so we all agree we're not going to listen to Sumac or whatever the heck his name was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yes.
all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I agree on that. Okay. Do we think? I mean, maybe Adric, would like a. Should we just kill the thing? End its suffering?
The Tarrasque?
Yeah, and start the. Because then it'll just go dormant again, right? That's what you said?
No, it goes into deeper hibernation, which it's already in. I don't actually think that'll solve the problem. My understanding.
All right, okay.
So you'd put it back into hibernation if you get it back to zero.
But it's in hibernation while they're doing this to it, so I don't.
Right. So you have so you can't really have access to it. So
Yeah.
It would basically wake up and you'd have to put it back
It would
down.
wake up, we'd have to actually fight it, which
Yeah.
I do not recommend us doing. I mean, Vena's got a point. Maybe we just. I'm trying to think of a way to get. We don't have time to do not sure we have time for a lengthy debate with the populace. We need to find some other way of getting them out.
Tell them the earthquake is getting worse. If they're going to die if they do not leave. That's as close to the truth without the lengthy explanation.
true. I mean, and we could just tell the council that we failed at our mission. And let the council try to get everybody out.
It would certainly have more. It would certainly have more, perhaps effectiveness if the town leaders that they're used to are telling them they have to evacuate.
All right.
Do we have an estimate of how populated the town is?
Oh, like around 1 million people. We get the sense, depending on what your evacuation plans are, if you're just trying to say, all right, everyone go out to the dangerous flesh-melting lands of
That's the
this
problem.
place, while then a apocalypse-level creature comes in and hunts you down. I mean, that's what you're sort of doing.
Yeah. Do we have any ways of opening a portal to somewhere?
I can send people away, but not that many people at once.
Yeah.
Does PW have anything helpful here? Like, do we have any items that open a gate?
We've got the cube, but I don't think the cube goes to only certain places.
The cube, the doors made by it last for like a minute each time.
Okay.
Never mind then. Another option, I don't think the folks here down like this group is going to go for it, is restabilize the town for the moment to give time for a full evacuation and then release it. But I don't think they're going to go for that. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I feel like that's the only way to have enough time to actually evacuate in a manner that doesn't just kick a bunch of people out into a sulfurous, poisonous landscape.
We could come here to get rid of the cult. I don't mind doing that before we execute our plan either.
That was my original thought, because then we can just do what we have a better time frame. But then we're going to have to somehow convince the town, the mayor of the town, to disband the town.
You think those people are going to be easier to reason with than these folks? I mean, these guys down here are pretty agreeable.
Yeah, but no. The short answer is no, because they have a whole town that's, once things are stable, is just fine. And they obviously don't particularly care what happens. They don't care what happens to the beast. We'd have to have some kind of leverage over them to make them comply with us.
I have a spell that lets me retrieve an object from a distance. I'm not sure if it applies to the restraint. It might be too large. Let me check. Instances. Did they change it? Yeah, it's a bit. Never mind, the restraint is probably too large for that to work.
Matt, do I think, would I maybe be able to deduce whether it seems helpful to what we're considering if we're just trying to extend the time before, so say we try and return 2 of the 3 missing restraints. So then they mend the one, and then we return 2, so they have 3 working restraints, and we leave 1 here with the cult. Would that buy the town enough time to reasonably evacuate safely?
I think you're not entirely sure. I mean, give me an Arcana check.
Sure. 26.
Okay. I'd say 26, I would say you feel like since the process of awakening has begun, it would take all 4 unchanged in order to fully stop it. The other issue is you realize they've been changing them. So from the schematics you see, they're already altered to no longer do the hibernation effect.
All right.
Also, it's the idea, sorry, I'm getting from this is there's no way we're going to restabilize this.
That does not seem overly likely. Like they've spent their time changing these so that they no longer stabilize, that they specifically.
Yeah,
But what they tell you is that they do know they need all 4. They need to be able to replace to use all 4 restraints at once. Like they need the other one to fully control the creature.
Oh, so as long as they don't have the other one, they won't have a control either.
Correct.
Right. Oh, so effectively, and then correct me if I'm wrong, but effectively, we've already failed Samet's mission because we can't get them back in a way that would allow them to restabilize before it wakes up. So that's actually already failed.
Indeed, you're realizing this is much more dire than you were led.
Okay.
Well, then Samath knew. Samath didn't know they had altered them.
Small then. Okay.
I mean,
well, then
sure,
maybe,
you say dire, but I feel better.
That just took
Yeah.
a whole bunch of options
Yeah,
off.
so,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, you realize the reality is a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Adric, if we're having this conversation and we have that realization, Adric will and say, "Oh, we just got our leverage to get Sameth to help us evacuate the town. We can't save it. It's already over. The only thing that could be done is controlling it, and I don't like the idea of anyone controlling it. I think all we can do is get back to Sameth, tell him, and do what we can. I don't know how to evacuate them. That doesn't just involve kicking them out into the sulfur. But I think we probably have to use our remaining time to work on that, and they might have ideas.
Yeah, all right. I like it.
Because
Well, I don't like it.
You're sitting here and going back and forth. We're not going to give these guys the 4th one.
I agree.
Sorry, I just at this point don't trust anyone in this town. So I think the only thing we can do is to head back and see what can be done to evacuate in a short amount of time. Do we have anyone? And as we discussed, we can be discussing this on our way back or something to try to condense time. I don't know how you want to deal with the time aspect, Matt, but just like now, am I correct? The other 2 that is our plan, and we want to start executing it.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I would. The only other thing I'd want to do is give a spit handshake to the cult people and make sure we're all on the same page.
Sure.
There's a quick thing that I want to do. Ask if the cult members are okay with us leaving to do that, to evacuate the people.
Yeah.
As she is walking out, she will try to get a handshake with Theron, if he would agree to that with Venna.
Nalen's going to shake his hand, and Adric will shake his hand to set it up.
Yeah, Venna is trying to shake the cult leader's hand.
As saying, like, are we going to go ahead and do this, basically?
Yeah. So we're basically trying to say, you let us walk out of here. We're going to try and evacuate the town. We wish you luck with your Trask, but we're not going to give you the 4th thingy.
Well, You'll stand aside while we take it then?
We will stand aside as you release it, but we are not going to bring you the fourth one to control it.
Ah, but will you interfere as we go to take it?
Uh-oh.
Actually, we changed our mind. We'll go get it for you.
Oh my.
Save you the trip. So we'll see you later.
Oh my gosh.
You don't even know where it is, Nayland.
I need such a high deception check for this not to go immediate into combat.
God, we don't have time for this shit.
I'll roll it. We're gonna fight them now or later, right?
If you're going for this, roll it. I mean, unless, like, what do you want to say, Edric? I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't want to. There's a point in which Adric would just look at him and say, "Oh, we can fight now if you want, and I will shove my sword through your fucking neck, and you won't be able to do anything.
Okay.
Or you can let us go. You'll get your Tarask release, which I thought is what you wanted. But if it's not, I'm happy to fucking kill every single one of you in this room, because that's the kind of day I've had."
Okay. Well, we'll see how Nalen's deception goes.
Do we think I could be lucky in two times? Do we think? 11.
All right, Edric, that goes his face. Goes, well, not all can see the glorious light of Baphomet, I suppose. As the ring of magic and blaze fill the room. And honestly, I think we're best to end for tonight. As you have pushed this forward, and we will start this grand fight next week. For watching, thank you so much, and we will see you then.